The Buddha's 3 bodies and the Dharma Joy, the ancient superpowers for everyday life.
Hi everyone, welcome to today's special deep dive. Today, we're going to talk about something a little different. We are bringing you the incredible highlights and essences shared by the Buddha Action Association of Australia. Honestly, we are not just going to talk about those highbrow, ancient cosmic views that sound a bit detached from reality. What's even cooler is that we are going to transform them into ultra-practical life strategies that you can actually use every single day. Are you ready to turn your cognitive framework upside down? Awesome, let us jump right into the core topic. Before we begin, I want to ask you a rather fascinating question. What do you think the Buddha actually looks like? If an awakened being were to walk straight into your daily routine right now, what form do you think they would take? Let me give you a quick reality check. About 99% of those flawless, halo-glowing images of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas we hold in our minds are technically wrong. The absolute truth will completely blow your mind. To lay this out crystal clear, we are going to journey through a few major highlights today. The 3 bodies of the Buddha, the infinite manifestations of the Buddha, Dharma Joy, the ultimate propulsion engine of spiritual practice, the karma of praise, your hidden ultimate weapon. Part E, the 3 bodies of the Buddha, the blueprint of the cosmic universe. Honestly, seeing how the master effortlessly broke down such dense Buddhist concepts into crystal clear clarity is nothing short of mind-blowing. To understand how Buddha operates, you first have to grasp the different dimensions of their existence. There is a precise mapping here that instantly lifts the veil of mystery off the Buddhist cosmic view. The Dharma body, this is our own self-nature. It corresponds to the pure land of constant silent light in eternal state of pristine quiescence. The reward body, think of Amitabha Buddha. This body corresponds to the pure land of real reward and adornment, representing the absolute perfection of blessings and wisdom. The manifestation body, this is the form projected into the world to guide and liberate human beings like us. A prime example we are all familiar with is Shakyamuni Buddha. This structural framework reveals that a Buddha's existence is never singular. It is a highly sophisticated, ultra-powerful matrix engineered precisely to match the spiritual realms and immediate needs of different sentient beings. Speaking of which, we must clarify a core concept here: all dharmas are permanently abiding. What does this actually mean? This isn't just a floaty, spiritual catchphrase. It means a Buddha possesses a 100% flawless, precise mastery over the operational principles of all things in existence from their generation to their cessation. Whether it is physics, chemistry, mathematics, or the incredibly complex phenomena of human nature, a Buddha understands it perfectly. Therefore, true enlightenment isn't just sitting around spacing out in meditation. It is an absolute, scientific mastery over all phenomena in the cosmos. And this is exactly why we take refuge, because we yearn to learn and possess this ultimate wisdom. Part R, infinite manifestations. Shattering your preconceptions. Since the Buddha has mastered every single law of the universe, how do you think they intervene in our lives? The way a Buddha's manifestation interacts with our chaotic reality will completely defy your imagination. The Buddha's manifestations are far more than just those golden, majestic statues sitting inside temples to guide diverse crowds. Amitabha Buddha can manifest as the birds chanting the Dharma in the Pure Land, or as an ordinary lay practitioner living a householder's life, just like the profoundly wise Vimalakirti in the sutras. Even more shocking, the Buddha can manifest as someone seemingly wicked. Take Angulimala, for example. The teacher and the teacher's wife who pushed him to the absolute brink of extremity were actually manifestations of adversity, precisely orchestrated to catalyze his eventual enlightenment. This tells us one fundamental truth: the Buddha will appear in whatever form you need most. Because of this, we must maintain an overarching respect for every single person and circumstance around us. Otherwise, you might very well offend a Buddha in disguise without even knowing it, and you'll be the one paying the price. To make sure everyone truly gets this, the master provided a brilliant analogy regarding dimensions. We often fantasize about how wonderful it would be if Buddhas and Bodhisattvas could accompany us in the exact ways we prefer. But honestly, that is incredibly narrow-minded. Our worldly logic is simply unqualified to judge how a Buddha chooses to manifest. Think about it: a one-dimensional line can never comprehend a two-dimensional plane, and the two-dimensional plane cannot comprehend a three-dimensional space. So on what grounds do we ordinary mortals filled with greed, anger, and ignorance dare to blindly judge the behavior of an awakened being? This is a profound realization we should all hold close to our hearts and deeply reflect upon. Part 3. Dharma Joy, the propulsion engine of practice. Ask yourself this question when your life hits a rock bottom low and you are dealing with a mountain of absolute garbage. What is the force that sustains you and keeps you moving forward? Let us contrast two entirely different types of happiness. Worldly pleasure, we all know this one very well: eating a massive gourmet meal, buying new clothes, or mindlessly scrolling through your phone. But this kind of happiness is incredibly fragile. The moment external conditions vanish, the joy vanishes with them. Dharma joy, this is the profound joy that bubbles up from the absolute depths of your being. Because they understand the principles, meaning you truly grasp the operational reality of the universe. It is a highly saturated, unshakable state of existence. The only reason we feel like life is so incredibly hard and full of obstacles right now is simply because we've gambled all our chips on fragile worldly pleasures. We have yet to experience the sheer, unstoppable power of true Dharma joy. To give you an instant grasp of what being filled with Dharma joy feels like, the master shared an incredibly grounded and hilarious analogy about steaming buns. Imagine someone who has never cooked a day in their life accidentally learns how to steam buns. When they open the steamer basket with bated breath and see that they have actually produced a beautiful, perfectly formed bun, wow! The delight radiating from their heart is so raw and authentic that it literally permeates every single cell in their body. In that exact moment, even if you walked up and slapped them twice, they probably wouldn't even get mad. Why? Because their heart is utterly crowded out by that massive sense of achievement and joy. Look at that, that is the ironclad defense mechanism of saturated joy. Now, scale this exact steaming bun happiness up to the realization of ultimate cosmic truths. When you truly see how the 10 good karmas bring about unimaginably magnificent rewards, and you realize that every time you swallow your anger, you are actually dissolving your past negative karma. Your Dharma joy reaches absolute saturation. At that point, you're basically walking around with the legendary Dragon-Subduing Palms from martial arts fiction completely invincible. This internally generated explosion of power turns you into an unstoppable force. Life's crises, setbacks, and people looking for trouble, in your eyes, they are nothing more than stepping stones helping you level up in this game of life. Boom, boom, boom. Any obstacle in front of you is instantly shattered by this power of Dharma joy. Part 6. The karma of praise, an ultra high-tech karmic mechanism. To put it simply, you become whatever you praise. Now that we know how incredibly potent Dharma joy is, how do we practically operationalize it to build this positive karma? Here, we need to reframe ancient scriptures and bowing rituals as a form of ultra high-tech karmic technology. When we kneel and praise the Buddhas who pervade the Dharma realm with their adorned signs of liberation during the thrice yearning service, never assume it is just singing or going through the motions. This is actually a powerful karmic copy and paste mechanism. Step E. You sincerely praise how the Buddha liberated themselves from all afflictions. Step R. Through this genuine rejoicing and praise, you are practically copying and pasting the Buddha's cause and effect profile directly onto yourself, planting the exact same karmic seeds. Step 7. Because of the law of cause and effect, whatever you praise in others is exactly what you will achieve in your own future. By praising the Buddha as liberation, you are literally paving the road for your own liberation. However, I must also give you a very serious warning: this karmic replication technology is a double-edged sword. The law of cause and effect is absolute and perfectly fair. When you hurl curses at others or look down on people just to vent your emotions, you might think you won the argument and feel a fleeting sense of satisfaction. But in reality, you are just tying a fatal knot in your own life. If you curse someone, saying they deserve to eat low-grade horse feed eating horse weed, that exact karma will eventually return to you, whole and intact. How strict is cause and effect? Even if you achieve full spiritual perfection and attain Buddhahood in the future, the verbal karma you generated back then will still manifest as a retribution, requiring you to experience eating horse wheat for 3 months in a historical display of cause and effect. Therefore, wasting your breath to curse others is absolute madness. It is the most unprofitable investment you could ever make in your life. This is precisely why ancient grandmasters engineered these elaborate liturgies and rituals. They wanted to give us the absolute most efficient way to construct top-tier karma. When you very sincerely follow the liturgy to praise those with great vehicle capacity, those who manifest across the 10 directions, and even praise the Buddhist and Bodhisattva's masterful ability to expound the sutras, Vinaya, and Abhidharma, what do you think you are actually doing? You are designing an invincible, supreme framework for yourself. You are planting the cosmic conditions to become someone of great vehicle capacity in the future, someone who can aid sentient beings across 10 directions, master the Tripitaka, and become a grand master of expounding the Dharma. Every single bow and every single word of praise is actively constructing your infinite future possibilities. Conclusion. As we wrap up today's program, I want to leave you with one critical question to imprint deeply into your mind. If you ultimately become whatever you praise, take a look back at your day today. Think about the words you've spoken from morning till night, and the comments you've left online. What kind of karma do you think your language is currently constructing for you? Are you copying and pasting liberation and wisdom? Or are you actively weaving a rope of suffering for yourself? Remember, the answer is always held right inside your mouth, and right inside your heart. I hope today's deep dive brought you some fresh inspiration. See you all next time.